Hello.
Hello.
Hello and welcome to the first four-person podcast of 2025.
Yeah,
Welcome back,
true.
Calvin. Making
I've
his
missed a
From the fucking dead.
new year,
I've
new him.
decided,
Welcome back, Calvin.
I've decided to ordain y'all with my presence.
Thank you.
No
The
camera.
audience has been clamoring. Is that the right word
I
for
thought you
your
were going to
return?
say climaxing.
Well, they will now that you're here. That's what they've been
Wow,
waiting
that's
for.
such a compliment, everybody. Thank you.
Hey.
So what have you? No, yeah.
I'm saying, hey.
Hey,
I
man,
had something
we've done
else,
this-
but I forgot I
We've
was in my
done
own
this for
world.
so many years.
I was in my own
and we're
world,
still
and I forgot
a
that.
minute
we're-
in. Hello.
fucking the
Jesus.
biggest lag time ever.
I was gonna say, what have you been up to in all this time, Calvin?
nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing.
Well, what do you mean?
Um,
What do you mean by nothing? What do you?
I feel like I've done this year. I'm kind of busy with. I feel like this year has been the beginning of the year. It was
Rivals,
like
World of Warcraft,
no, I was gonna say it was a whole bunch of
Fantasy.
like annoying shit I had to deal with, like doctor stuff and like other stuff, and like I had to redo my address everywhere because it's been. I don't know about you guys, but I've used the same address that no one even lives in anymore. I mean, my parents
What?
moved away from it for like I don't
Supposed
know,
to update
12,
that.
11
Wait, why?
years.
Why?
Well, I
Isn't
was
that-
like, I don't need to because my parents are there, and I moved so much for a while.
Mm.
I was like, just set it there. It doesn't matter, right? And then my
Okay.
parents moved. I mean, they got divorced and like left, so it was like, and I was like, nah, whatever.
That's
But
You
yeah.
still
recently-
left it there after they left?
Well, if I had to move it, I would be like, well, I was like,
you can pay like $90 for like a year of mail forwarding.
no, kid, I didn't want the mail.
Oh, okay. It's a
Actually-
important stuff.
Well, all the only thing that was there would be like my credit cards. This is super interesting. My credit cards, but I had those just switch over to paperless, and then just send me an email.
Mm.
So like, there wasn't really anything.
Isn't it?
But
don't they
recently, I've realized both my
verify-
cards.
Yeah, don't have to verify.
Yeah, but they don't
against-
go to your house. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I
what
know,
do they-
but like, I know for me, because I have the same issues. It's all like, oh, at some point, randomly, whether you're changing your card or doing bank stuff, they're like, oh, can you send us proof of address? And then that turns into a problem.
Maybe it's different because that address has been the one that I've been with for such a long time. You know, that's like when I was a
maybe.
kid, I signed up for, and my family is like from there as well. I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to. I think last year at tax season we swapped over like the CRA to tell them where I live, or maybe that was before. Anyways,
This is why you
yeah,
get
they
audited
figured it
so
out.
much.
Yeah, I haven't gotten audited recently, but yeah, I got audited like a lot. It was really annoying. But we weren't doing anything even interesting, which sucked.
You have gotten audited and food poisoning more times than I know people who have gotten
I was gonna
audited
say
and food
all
poisoning.
the other people put together. Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Well, I think some of my food poisoning aren't food poisoning; it's an allergy thing.
It must be.
Yeah,
The
it has
amount-
to be.
Back when we were
Some-
working
like,
together, it was
definitely,
like
it's been a couple times where I
every
was
other
like,
week.
yeah. But I think it's like something at restaurants. I'm not blaming restaurants, but like,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely. Because it
You
was
found
like I
you're
realized
allergic
after a
to
while
butter.
these symptoms are identical. Because food
Yeah.
poisoning is actually a shitload of different diseases, but it was like the exact same shit constantly.
Yeah. That's how I found out I was developed an allergy for like some seafood. It's because I had some like
that
a
would do it.
scallop pasta at some restaurant that I've had before, but then I just like was dying. I was like, oh, that was bad. And then I had it again the next time I went, like a year later, and it happened again. I was like, oh, maybe it's something else.
scallop?
And then then
My
calamari
thing
started
is,
doing
there
it
is
too.
there is one burrito place on like commercial, and I've
Red
gotten
Burrito?
food poisoning from it like 3 times, and I still order from it because it's so good. But I'm like, I'm still gonna order because it's like really, really, really good. But I've like shit that I've definitely gotten food poisoning from there at least twice. But it's so good.
Must be worth it. That you should leave a review being like, got food poisoning here 10 times. Would recommend. So good.
It's really good.
I
It's
still
also,
come
like,
back.
It's also
What-
like cheap and quick.
A
What do you
burrito
get
place?
in this
What
burrito?
place?
Yeah, burrito place. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nothing special. It's just like I don't know.
I just get them to
All the
pour their
shit's
grill grease in a
Mexican.
cup and I drink it.
I asked for extra sweat from all the chefs. I don't know, dude. It's just like some beef thing with like some veggies and whatever other things they, you know. I don't know.
Do you get
Anyways.
taste aversions? Like
What's that?
oh, it's when you're like a taste will make you kind of feel sick preemptively because you know in the past. Like for example, I wonder if Cade with his scallops, like when you taste scallops, do you feel like oh, even though you're not actually sick?
No.
Well,
Like I got that. I'm like that with calamari because I got super sick with that multiple times. So every time I taste it, I'm automatically like, you know, even if I don't even know if it's in my food.
yeah, just seafood in general now. Like outside of like fish, if I think about eating, I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm just gonna pass on that.
I've never had that. You could fuck me up pretty hard with some food. And,
you just tank it. Is okay, yeah.
Dude, I could be throwing up because of bad oysters. And if somebody was like, "Do you want oysters now?" I'd be like, "Yeah." What do you? Yeah.
Oysters are always good though. You never turn out oysters.
I was just using those.
Even if it's like slimy and like I've been out for 10 days. Yeah.
Oh.
Good oysters.
Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. Wait.
Right.
Okay, hold on. How long are you leaving out like fish in like your fridge or something? Like how many days if you were to have fish? What's like your cutoff?
For me,
Yeah.
well, fish is like freezer, and then I eat it, like maybe a day.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. But like a day, like in the fridge, like no more, no less.
Well, like
I'd say no more
cooked,
than
and
a
then
day.
it's a day in the fridge. It goes from like freezer to like if it needs to be thawed, it's thawed. Yeah.
Like if I have any inkling of like it's smelling off, I'm not gonna.
I just toss it. It's not worth.
Yeah.
That's just what fish
I don't
smells
wanna-
like, right?
Well, okay then, and with that thinking, then Calvin, you're like, oh, okay, this smells bad. I'm gonna toss it. I don't want to risk it. Yet you're gonna go for the fucking same burrito place, which you know there's a high likelihood of you getting sick.
Yeah, but it tastes good.
It's a fair
that
point.
reminds me of a similar
What do you
topic
want me to
actually.
say?
You know that you can eat raw fish here in New Zealand from the grocery store, and it's safe to
Oh,
eat.
that's cool.
It took me
Oh,
so
that's
long,
nice.
and I refused to believe. I only had it for the first time. I really started doing it like a month ago.
Yeah.
But like
Right.
it took me so long to believe people, and I refused. But like I got every single person here, different cultures, no matter what, they're all like, "Oh, it's just fresh from."
That's
you
so
know."
nice. Even
It
in
is.
Vancouver, which is like a coastal city, and even like in places in BC where it's like
Yeah, you
a
never
little fishing
like,
village, you never do it. Yeah.
yeah.
I wonder if it has to do with the type of fish, or if like local parasites, or if it's just like everything's super fresh, so you don't.
I
have to
tried
worry
looking
about it.
online. I saw all kinds of different answers, but like the local parasites was the one I saw most on. from people.
Okay. Yeah, that makes the
Um,
most sense to me.
But
For here or in New Zealand?
like that was the reason New Zealand was safe too.
Okay.
It was that you just don't have the same.
Yeah.
because, like, you know,
It's just kind of luck of the draw.
and it's like
more than
specific type of
anything
fish, like salmon is safe and like tuna.
else. Right.
But there's some other ones that are like don't do that.
Yeah, because I think salmons and tunas are actually like a bunch of different breeds. So like depending
sure
on where
there's
you
all
are in the world,
different
they're
kinds.
all different
Right.
types. Actually, I know that. Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There,
Depending on where
here's
you're
New
fishing
Zealand
is
king
what the
salmon is the
environment is.
common one.
Sounds pretty good.
It is
I
pretty good.
love salmon. Salmon's so good.
So yeah,
I'm like
some
iffy on
sashimi.
fish. I don't know. I'm jealous, bro. My mom has a place that she goes to in Vancouver, and she'll just bring me stuff. But the
Nice.
downside is then you're just snacking on very expensive fish all the time, which is not
Is that a
necessarily
downside?
very-
Is that
It's expensive. It's
Oh,
very
gotcha.
expensive. You know, it's just like so easy. You're like, I might as well eat this instead of like
Yeah.
doing something with it because it's just right there and it's so good.
Yep.
that sounds really good. Where is that? Like, this is like sashimi grade fish, or
Yeah. It's a place near where she
That
lives
sounds
in like
amazing.
Lonsdale. Yeah. It's
I was
it's
looking for
nice.
places like that for so long when I lived in Vancouver. Because I always
I remember
wanted,
you were trying to find a place.
like,
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like recently it opened up, so it wasn't a thing for a while. It was also other side of the city that where kind of we were at the time, obviously. So,
yeah.
anyways, what
thank
else
you.
has been going on? What have I missed? I feel like I've missed a lot.
You miss a lot of great content.
Uh-huh, I
Great
bet I did.
content.
Yeah, we got some.
Actually, you know what's been weird? Watching TikToks. I've been like getting us on TikTok, which is crazy,
Nice.
by the way. I feel like, and I like
Us?
watch, and I'm always like, this is weird listening to you guys, and I'm
Oh.
not there, so I
yeah.
do just listen
There's
because I'll
it's
be
been-
like, I wonder
yeah.
what they were saying.
We're still on shorts that are coming out that are still from like last year. I think we're on the last one of last year, so it's still gonna be like a good like couple weeks of ones where you're not on it. It's got.
I don't want the ones where I'm on it. I'm like this fucking moron, and I skip them. The ones
Those are
I'm
the ones
not
that
on
get
it,
all the
I'll like
comments.
sit and listen. I'm like, what did these idiots say when I was not here?
Yeah.
Much more interesting to me.
Yep.
What do we
Well,
want to
should
talk
we
about? The stock
look at
market?
some-
What are we fucking doing?
Let's
We
look
got
at some shots.
Yeah.
Let's
Oh,
do
okay,
that.
right. I forgot.
Oh boy.
Is this Forrest Gump?
We'll go first. No, it's not Forrest Gump. This is still from A Real Pain that came out recently. It's
Very
Jesse Eisenberg's movie. He wrote and directed it.
Oh, yes.
It's I watched it. I really liked it. But
Okay.
yeah, specifically why I brought this. It's not on ShotSpot yet, so I couldn't find the exact kind of stuff I was looking for. But because there's a lot of shots where they're in like I guess Poland and stuff, where they just show like in between scenes where it'll be like kind of like stills or like still shots of like just like buildings and stuff, and they all felt like old like film like photography. It just had like a great look to it, and it looks like that throughout kind of the movie too. But I really wanted to grab some of those stills of the buildings and stuff, but this one I thought kind of captured that too. It's very pretty
Very
flick
grainy.
film. Yeah. It felt like, when I say film, I don't mean like shot on like movie film. Like I mean like a still like old film photo kind of feel.
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, the current trend is just like, I mean, really good color science, but it's also like natural, like very natural light, right? But also like these lenses that are just so crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't anything ultra crazy, but it's so pretty. You know, it's
Yeah.
something long. They're super sharp. There's lots of gooiness. You know.
Yeah.
It's super,
But yeah, it's very, very pretty. I
super
definitely recommend the movie too. I quite enjoyed it.
Is this one on Netflix or was this one?
I don't think so. I think it came out only this month, so I think it's still maybe in theaters and stuff. Yeah, I think you might be able to rent it, but yeah.
I know
would
it got
recommend
nominated for Best Supporting Actor for not Jesse Eisenberg, the other actor.
Kieran Culkin.
Kieran Culkin, yeah.
Yep. I think maybe for
Succession guy.
screenplay too, for Jesse Eisenberg. I think
Oh,
he
really?
got nominated for a few
How,
Oscars.
how stoked do you think Kieran Culkin is now that he's the Succession guy and not the Home Alone kid's brother? You know what I mean?
Probably. He's
the
done other
Like,
stuff
how
since.
happy is he that he was like, finally, people know me for something
younger
I did, not
brother
this, like,
syndrome of just like always
Yeah.
being prepared, always
Aren't
like
you?
yeah.
Are you the guy that was in Home Alone? No, that was my
Yeah.
brother. You
He's
know?
been in other stuff before Succession too. He was in Scott Pilgrim. He was great in Scott Pilgrim.
Oh
No,
yeah,
for
he's
sure.
great
But people would always be like, "He's Macaulay Culkin's brother." I feel
Yeah.
like people talked about them, and now it's
Yeah. Even my girlfriend, when I think I was watching this movie, she was like, "Is that the kid from Home Alone?" I was like, "It's his brother." So you're not far off. But
almost,
Oh, no.
almost. That's rough.
Poor guy. Well, he's
doing
he's a great
good,
actor.
though.
yeah, he's
Yeah,
great.
Great. Yeah, no, he's
Um,
doing just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's go to
Speaking
some
of
real
old actors
films.
that are coming back, not
If
that we
anything,
really
he could
were.
probably use this against his brother now, because I don't think his brother ever got nominated for an Oscar, right?
No, I don't think so.
So there you
Yeah,
go.
it's just like
younger
guessing
brother.
their relationship. I'm sure they're both
Yeah,
love each other.
I like how
It's
Colton
no, I'm
assumes
just
that
supporting
Just
each
saying,
other.
in a jokingly, like having a younger brother and an older brother relationship, I'm sure they could always have that little joking at the family dinner table or some bullshit like that,
Yeah,
where it's
maybe.
like, I was in
Do
your
you
shadow for
hold-
20 years.
Okay, Colton, do you hold your Oscar over your little brother? And just sit
I
there
just
and-
imagine Colton sits down
I
and
knew you were
puts
going
an
to say that
Oscar, a fake
conversation.
Oscar
I'm
in
talking
the middle
about
of his
just a brotherly dynamic in general, and you have to use that against me. Oh.
Okay.
I like how Colton's just trying to justify how toxic he is. Too.
Yeah, just wait till he has 2 under his belt. It'll be inseparable. Oh boy, what'd you bring us, Colton?
Cinema. clearly.
The pure cinema that actually didn't qualify for Best Picture of the Oscars. I don't know
Good.
why.
Wow.
I can
But,
tell you why.
I'm honestly surprised. I don't know how. Yeah.
I
Like,
so many of these shots are just great. Like I'll
okay.
just preface
Bottom left. That was one of my favorite shots, even though it was
That-
short.
yes,
That was such
yes.
a great.
that was so
That
fucking
was so.
cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you remember this, Kate? Do you remember this shot?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can even bring up the
I'll let
link
Colton
for you to
describe it. I'm sure he's
rewatch.
excited.
Yeah.
That
yeah.
was creative.
It's so creative. It's just basically because I watched all these movies back to back over the past like 2 weeks or whatever, and the stakes and the action. I thought because initially they were only showing the chase sequence at the Tokyo, and I thought, oh, okay, that was going to be like their major set piece, and that's basically going to be it. But no, they just kept it was elevating more and more, and by the end, like you just had this full duke out sequence of Sonic and Shadow fighting over the Chaos Gems. And I honestly thought too, I'm like, oh, they're just gonna write them out that you can't use them and you have to because they only used them in the last movie. But no, they brought them back.
Someone hasn't played Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
I know. But and the thing was too is that it had a great conflict as well, like for Sonic's character and having a little bit of conflict with him and Knuckles, and then having like split between his family, and then so he selfishly fights Shadow. Like, damn, this is actually like pretty well fucking written. So, yeah,
Oscar bait
really
even like clearly
Oscar bait writing.
Yeah,
I thought it was generally really good, and we'll come back to this shot. They have a sequence of them obviously fighting throughout the planet or the entire world, and they just have this pure anime moment where I think, it's Shadow smacks Sonic into the side of this fucking mountain volcano, and Sonic just there's a little Sonic boom and pushes the entire, I guess, like ground away, and it causes this ripple of lava to come out. So I thought it was so
like
cool.
Calvin, you're not hearing justice. Like he literally jumped off the mountain and like split the earth apart, and lava flew. It was so cool. It was actually creative. I had to be like,
I feel like I should sit and watch all these movies just like on another monitor for fun. Just to actually be able to say
they're just fun
shit.
movies.
I think I'm a little sick. I'm a little sick of this look, and I don't mean this is not a Sonic problem. This is modern like CGI filled shit. You know, these like atmospheric, glowy, complimentary.
I definitely agree with you there. It does go into the Marvel glow kind of whatever.
Yeah.
But
which I'm just so sick of because it's so lazy. But from a cool standpoint,
I wouldn't call it lazy. I think it's just a style that maybe is a little outdated. Getting to be more.
I think it's lazy because I think it's just like lack of detail. Like it's less work than making something perfectly photoreal. I don't know.
It's right here for you to look at it. I think I timestamped the.
Okay, got it.
I'll watch it. Yeah.
Yeah, so he flies in the side of it. That was so cool.
This whole movie on YouTube now?
That's so cheesy.
Well, I don't know the whole movie, but
it's a fun moment, but it's so cheesy.
It's cool.
I think it's streaming right now.
It's literally cinema. Yeah, that was amazing.
I love the wide shot of them, like them seeing on the planet, like them zooming around on Earth. It's just
the One Punch Man punch, we just punches them into the moon, kind of like all that. Lots.
If you're a big anime manga fan, you'll appreciate this.
Yeah.
At least the fight scenes, it's a little.
It's great.
It's just fun. It's just pure adrenaline rush. If you like some sort of
also, I think I said this the last time he brought Sonic and the time before, but just how good these movies look, like some of the characters and stuff, and like just like, it's Sonic. Why does it look this good? Like it looks better than a lot of stuff.
That's a good point. Like what it is the baseline. It does look cool, you know. It does look passable as like, you know, kind of that Marvel benchmark to a degree. It's a lot of Marvel stuff. I think everyone was like kind of surprised the first movie did well, you know. And then it was like, oh, I guess we'll do another one. And then that
I was surprised
did
too.
Well.
That was
so then it's like
I thought I would still hate it even after they redesigned them.
Yeah.
Oh, you remember that? Oh yeah, that was crazy.
Of course.
I remember all that shit.
I still can't believe how they made him.
Have you guys seen Chip and Dale yet? I still love that so much.
I've seen that. I've seen that clip. There's a clip of like the original design Sonic at like a Comic-Con like signing, like he's at like a booth for like you can like a meet and greet of the original design Sonic.
He's like
awful.
He's like a recurring character. It's not just that one clip.
Oh, is it?
Keeps showing
gotcha.
up.
That's funny.
This is ugly Sonic.
They should have him show up in the movie.
I know. I mean, at this point,
Once they get to their
or like if there's ever a
multiverse
scene
thing,
where they do multiverse, and there's like
Yeah.
100 Sonics standing there coming through
That's the
portal.
thing that's
One of
happened,
them
of
has
course.
to be the fucking.
There's
Yeah,
Green
it's-
Lantern Sonic. Did you know that? That's
I don't
canon.
know
There's
that.
God,
Batman Sonic as well. There's Spawn
I have seen that.
Sonic. There's all kinds
This
of.
podcast is going to devolve into
I'm
a
seeing if
Sonic
you're trolling or
podcast.
not.
I'm not trolling. All canon. All canon.
There was just a comic book run of Batman Sonic. I'm pretty sure, like in the last
Yeah.
year or
These are
two.
not just fan fictions of
The same
No,
people
it was
who
official.
wrote the same people who wrote like a lot of those superhero comics, like wrote the Sonic comics as well. So there's like a lot of that fluff in there.
Yeah.
Like,
I think,
They team- oh
I
my
think
God,
I'm just
they do
kind of
team up.
jaded towards this look to such a degree.
And now some new
Even though it's
crossover
Sonic,
partnership that teams up DC's Justice League with Sonic the Hedgehog and Team Sonic.
yeah,
That's insane. Publishing in spring 2025.
Oh,
Oh,
is it a
damn.
new thing?
It's a new one, an
Yeah,
all new
yeah.
5-issue comic book series.
That's what I was
published
talking about.
And written by Ian Flynn. writer of
Okay.
the Hedgehog
Oh,
comic
snap.
book series.
All right.
It'll first debut in March. All right, we'll be reading that.
So Marvel's partnering with My Hero, and then DC's partnering with Sonic. Clearly, one's making the better decision.
Yeah.
That's,
Ooh, my hero.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh,
My Hero 2025. Yikes.
Oh boy. Oh boy. What's
Calvin,
what's
you
new
got
in your
silent on
world,
this.
Calvin? Yeah, what's new in
just
your
go
world?
ahead.
Sorry, Sonic fucking ruined our trajectory here.
I got up and left the room.
Oh
You
boy.
missed our bit. But yeah, what's going on, Calvin?
Yeah, what's kicking
WoW.
your
What
How's-
brought you back to WoW? I'll bring it up since he's probably out of the room right now.
Mm.
Calvin got me to WoW to play the new Dragonflight expansion, and it's kind of been a major. I remember
slog?
play-
Kolton, stop talking.
Nope.
Okay. I'll correct you on one thing.
Yeah.
Dragonflight's the old expansion.
Wait, what? Oh, sorry, War Within.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, that is that even out right now?
No, War Within's out. Kolton's doing leveling, and they just put you in the previous expansion.
Oh,
for like an easy, nice leveling experience.
so War Within's
Dragonflight's,
already out.
once you get to 70, you get into the War Within.
Gotcha.
And then Moonlight's coming out in a year and a half. I don't know if you can hear my cat. I'm sorry. Like, why did you guys start talking to me when I stood up? You guys were going on Sonic. I thought
You don't
guys
have your
had
camera
another,
on. We didn't know you were away.
Yeah,
No, but I'm saying, like, I thought you guys had another 20 minutes of Sonic content.
I thought you were
God
going
damn.
to sit back down. Sorry. Yeah.
No, sorry, I was with the
In
cat.
any case, what brought you back to the game?
Yeah.
Well, I stopped playing 14 a long time, like a while ago. I don't know when. 6 months ago, maybe more than that. And I kind of I like MMOs. So I'm coming back because it's the new expansion to me, at least. Season 2 is about to start. I kind of just wanted another game to kind of play. That's something that's chill and then it's also like involved. I miss raid content. Raid content's like so fun and like super unique. It's not really something you can get from other games. I think it's mostly that raids and dungeons and something like kind of difficult, but also has that casual element. So you can either sit back and chill, or you can sweat, like whatever you want to do, and it all contributes to like the same character. I think that's kind of why. I just wanted something to play that was like an easy thing to boot up. MMOs for me, I mean, Kolton, I'm sure it's for you as well. It's always like an easy thing to boot up, where you don't really have to think about it too much. You just boot it up, talk to a couple buddies, jump onto something easy. I don't know.
Is that healthy for WoW though?
I mean, WoW's great right now. WoW's in a great spot right now because WoW has that audience and they're catering more to the kind of casual / mid-core players that are like, I jump on, I'm good at the game, or I'm okay at MMOs, and I can play the harder content, but I don't want to play it, in a dedicated raid group or like a really difficult environment. So
Right.
why not? So they're catering more to the casuals at the same time, being like, and for the hardcore fucking like people that love this shit and breathe it, live and breathe it. Here's the hardcore shit. Like they just added something called delves, which are single player dungeons. And in the past, there's been some single player stuff, not really like this, but the big issue is the rewards. So like if you're not getting gear rewards that aren't kind of competitive with the other stuff, it's viewed as like kind of unplayable, or like if you really enjoy it, sure, but it doesn't gear you up for other stuff. Like the idea of getting good gear from single player in WoW has never really been a thing, and this is them going like, okay, we get that there's a lot of people that just want to kind of play by themselves sometimes and feel like they're making progress, so they added delves, which is like really really cool. Something they've never really done before, and,
I mean,
and everyone fucking loved it.
I do enjoy at least the part that you've introduced me to is being a super low level and then still having the ability to play older expansions and those dungeons.
Yeah,
I
you
just
can
honestly-
do a ton of time walking and stuff and go play the old stuff.
Time walking.
Wow.
I love that ability as like a newer player. Well, I
Mhm.
am a new player.
Mm.
Yeah, because that's kind of like that's the main goal that I personally find of the exploration and seeing all the new characters and things I could fight and kill.
Mhm.
Because I personally don't like the questing in WoW in the sense that it's very.
I don't think anyone really likes the quest.
Yeah,
I think
I
it's
was a
like
RuneScape player,
you're getting
and
through the
those
quests
quests are
and-
very involved. Where it's like, okay, you have to do this certain thing and do. It's not just like, okay, go kill 10 enemies or 20 enemies and then
Mhm.
bring it back in or get some resources. RuneScape was much more involved and kind of like.
I think WoW
Had a
has
narrative.
been- yeah, like their narrative and their questline in WoW has been getting shorter each expansion. Not that there's less content, definitely not, but it's like it gets you quicker to the point where you're like, if you want to just go run dungeons, or you want to go do old transmog content or whatever, but be caught up, it's like quicker and quicker and quicker. Like I think I did this expansion in like 15 hours to just get to the end game and be able to play the stuff that I wanted to play. I mean, the first 15 hours you're still like learning how everything works. It's not a waste of time. But before it was 80 hours or 100 hours or classic, like, like 150, 200 hours to get to max level. And these games very much, at least for me, start at max level. So, so it's way easier. And they've even made it so if you have an alt, once you've played through stuff on your main, you just get all that stuff credited on and unlocked on your alt right away.
Right.
So you can get an alt to max level in like half a day and be gearing in like Mythic Plus or whatever. Maybe in like a full day. Like if you really wanted to.
I recently got to Bill Outro.
Nice.
Well, I haven't played it yet,
wait,
but I've been watching
just
a lot of
change
videos.
The topic and like
It took me a second to.
yeah.
Yeah. Good.
Sorry,
We're proud
I
of you.
It was on the top of my head, in the sense that I was watching a lot of like trying to get the top score to like infinity videos. Those are kind of fun to watch.
Oh, getting like
You already
the
lost.
errors when it gets too big.
You
I already
already
lost.
lost. You already lost because you're not using your noggin like me and Kid.
Oh my
Right.
god.
Well,
Yeah,
I completely
oh
forgot how
God.
this person managed to do it or not. But
Yeah.
they were using like seed states where it's like every
Oh, that's
possible.
cheating.
gotcha. I still,
But I think-
still haven't done a seated run. I would like to. It'd be fun to
We should
find a
do
seated
that.
run.
Now that we're all playing it now, we should do
I
that.
would, if we do a seeded run, I would totally play. That'd be fun.
Yeah. It's a funny game.
It's a cool game. It's
Yeah.
definitely a good game.
Yeah, I'm
It's
still
also like
playing
so
it.
unique.
Quick question:
Yeah.
Have any of you ever actually played like poker before? Where
Yes.
it's like this-
Yeah.
Not very.
Would you ever wanna do, like,
we
a
played
poker
all
night?
together in the pandemic, and you guys got mad at me. And
I never played
Calvin
it.
flipped the
Colton,
table.
I will play poker whenever you want.
We-
If we want to do it in person, I will do it in person. I
We do that, or even what's that
I
board
have a
game?
full poker.
Wait, Colton, did we
like-
not? Were you not with us during the pandemic when we played poker those few times?
I don't remember playing poker with
Oh,
you guys. I remember playing
Tabletop
a different-
simulator?
I remember
Yeah,
playing
it was on-
tabletop simulator, but never poker with y'all.
No,
Or maybe
I don't
my
remember playing
mind is
poker
just a
either.
golf
Do you guys
In
remember?
like a-
I remember Calvin yelling at me for playing poker.
We play
and winning
poker
so-
together.
Yeah.
We
I thought
definitely did,
Colton
and we
was
played
there.
it on a site where it wasn't like real money.
Oh yeah, it
I feel
wasn't
like
tabletop.
Colton
It
was-
was a site.
Yeah, it was
Right.
on a
Okay, then,
site
I was
that I
there for
knew
that.
of.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah,
but I'm
we
sure
can
there's
have a poker
a way
event.
to play poker.
Yeah, we should play poker. Do a little poker night
Get
I
all the
want to
top
play online with others.
podcasters.
but
right now. Discord poker.
No, that would be a good
Probably is.
idea. You know what I mean? That'd be a great idea for this.
It probably
there
is.
might be some weird rule
It
about
is.
gambling.
Yeah. There's Discord
Is that a thing?
poker. Yeah.
Are you shitting me?
I think this
It's
is what
probably
we
not
played.
gambling.
This looks right. This looks like what we played.
Or maybe
Yeah.
we played it on Discord, and I'm thinking of
Yeah.
another group of friends. Okay, podcast canceled. Everyone put up poker.
Yeah. We'll
No, I
probably
play
play
poker. My sister's boyfriend right now. Whenever he's around for Christmas and other stuff.
Gambling.
But he's
addict.
he's moving here, so maybe we'll do like a big poker night with everybody. But he's super into poker. My
You're getting
sister's into
roommates.
poker.
You're getting flatmates.
No.
Really?
Him and my sister are moving to Vancouver from
Oh.
Into your place.
No. She's moving to Vancouver. They have their own place.
Gotcha.
But that might be fun.
So stingy with
Why
your
do you bring that
5
up?
extra empty bedrooms.
Oh, just Bellotro, then picking up poker. Because I've also been watching a lot of poker tournament videos as I work.
Colton's gonna be
Yeah,
in debt
poker's fun to
so
watch,
soon.
man.
Somebody's
Sorry?
a little Vegas. Huh?
Yes, Colton's gonna be in debt so soon.
Yeah, this is not gonna end well.
No. I'm not saying I'm good at poker at all.
He got
I just
into
had-
WoW. He got into poker now. This is like addictive.
Yeah,
It's gonna
full
be-
DGen arc.
Coming to
DGen
podcast with
arc.
the black eyes, being like he tripped.
Yep. Next thing you know, you're gonna be into crypto. Speaking of which,
that's all you.
Oh boy.
that it's not related to crypto, but you guys heard about the DeepSeek stuff? I think that's
Yeah.
always-
We should
Yeah.
definitely talk about that. Yeah.
That's always a
$6 million, and what do they take $1 trillion out of the economy or out of the American economy?
yeah. I love it so much.
Wipes
You can run-
10% off the stock market overnight. Fucking crazy.
Insane.
You can run the whole model on like 10 MacBooks. 10
That's
or
crazy.
10 Mac Minis or whatever the new Mac.
And to
Minis.
confirm, is it all open source as well?
Yeah.
Like it's,
I don't think it's all open source, but it's open. It's more open than anything else. I think there's
Yeah,
still I don't think we. But like at the very least, just the fact that
Like, if you
can
want to
run
get
it
a
on-
copy of it and run it yourself, like disconnect it
You
from
can.
everybody else, you can. Yeah.
like, and it's straight up better than you'll need 100 million data centers. Like it's insane.
You don't have to pay $200 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, or to
I mean-
pay $200 once. But like even
I mean,
the fact
it's
that
just-
like, because you
Yeah.
that $200 a month is going towards like crazy NVIDIA Tegra whatever processing that you just like don't need now. It's so cool. So we'll
I
see what
wonder if
happens.
this is kind of like, I don't know how to say this. Like, it feels like they fucked up. I mean, it feels like
definitely.
they fucked up.
But go ahead. I'll let you finish that. Sorry.
Yeah. This is a weird long point. I wonder if this is, you know how they were a nonprofit and like Google and all these other people were skipping this and going like, it's not going to really work. I wonder if this is kind of what they were seeing, is that building a product, it has an overhead amount of time. Building a big product has an over amount of time that you have to invest money into, and getting to where kind of OpenAI is right now. Then it's like, okay, we got to develop this. Where in reality, we're so early on and stuff's moving so fast, you kind of want to be throwing everything out the door every 2 years. Or not everything out the door, but you need to be.
it.
Do you get what I mean? So it's like them being hesitant to have brought this to market, and Google and Microsoft kind of feel like they've missed the boat. I wonder if they were seeing this and being like, oh, we don't want to deal with it. Because now it's going to be like every 6 months there's going to be an article about how, some dude in his basement or some small startup just shit all over one of these big companies,
I mean, yeah, maybe we don't know. I guess, but that could be it, or
I mean,
something
either way,
that's
it's
going
funny.
on. I think there's definitely some of that like inflated. Let's make some money. Let's not actually solve the problem. Let's throw more GPUs at it. Solve the problem there. That equals billions of dollars for me, and I get to raise billions of dollars for those GPUs. You know what I mean? As opposed to being like, hey, maybe we make it.
Well,
more
your
efficient.
competitors are sitting back with less money, but only focusing on the tech.
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
when they come out with something, it's like, we haven't been focusing on delivering a product. We haven't been focusing on.
And I don't want to say all that because I'm sure they're still throwing money at obviously they're not idiots, but I do wonder if that's like a little bit less incentive there to,
Some annoying wires got crossed in like priorities, maybe.
yeah.
Or maybe,
It's just so funny that it just outdoes everything by so much, like with that little. It's insane.
Pretty crazy.
That is.
I saw that. Do you see the tweet? It's like, it's crazy how OpenAI lost its job to AI, or ChatGPT lost its job to AI.
Yeah, I mean, it's just different.
Just
yeah.
some really smart. Yeah, I'm gonna look up who the team is.
It was a hedge
DeepSeek,
fund.
founded in May 2023. Lian Wenfeng, founder.
It's a hedge fund, something. It was like a financial. It was built for finances, and they kind of
took off.
hey, this is actually pretty good.
They must be shitting themselves right now.
I'm sure they're very
Yeah,
happy.
sure they totally are. And it's kind of like you don't have to necessarily have like major data centers train their models on. It was like
that's what it just proved all of that like those.
Yeah, so it's like you don't have to ruin the environment and fucking build these massive warehouses.
No, you still got to do that because now we have to do that times a billion, right? Like
now it's this new thing, but we just more. Yeah.
That's
more of what they're doing.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Anyways, in any case,
But I always love. Have you guys been on Wall Street bets? I love it when there's some sort of market upset where something goes 10% in one day. Go on the Wall Street bets subreddit because it's people losing their fucking minds. It's people either losing hundreds of thousands of dollars or making tons of money, and they're all morons. You know? Yeah, it's always a lot of fun.
There's probably a post on there saying like, "Here's how I predicted exactly this would happen."
Yeah, Half the time you open that thread, it's just like my left ball felt weird last night, so I bought. It's like, oh, okay, this guy gets it. He gets that he doesn't know. And then there's the other like 21-year-olds with $30,000 they should have spent on college that are just like, I'm gonna gamble it. I'm gonna go for it. This
person's putting $6 million now into AMD. Oh boy.
I wonder, this is me being speculative, I do wonder if the whole NVIDIA thing is a little bit undervalued now, because, like, does it really mean...
Undervalued?
Well, with the cards as well
Because now that it dropped, because NVIDIA dropped so much, I feel like NVIDIA is still valid. You still use NVIDIA to train, so it's not going to go away. I don't know, maybe...
Yeah.
Obviously, you need less NVIDIA, but I guess that it'll still be more and more people want to do this stuff. I feel like you could probably...
That's a good point. It's less NVIDIA, but that doesn't mean you're going to do less. You know what I mean? Like the limitation has been, like, NVIDIA's not all of a sudden going to be like, oh, now we have all these extra cards. You know?
Yeah. There's still going to be
They've been tapped out for years and barely trying to keep up with demand, right? And it's going to stay like that. This isn't going to change it.
Yeah.
So I'm saying it's all in onto NVIDIA right now.
This is not investment advice. Don't fucking come at us.
Not.
Actually, you know what?
Invest
and lose all your money and then tell us, because that'll be a great podcast bit. Just don't sue us.
It's not we're not professionals.
We do not condone behavior of what some members of this podcast say as a company of Sometimes Something.
Not real financial advice. Disclaimer.
Not financial advice. Disclaimer up on the screen, flashing red with a yellow drop shadow. Make the text green now.
All right.
Now make the text blue.
All right. We're going to end it there because I can't take any more demands. We will see you next week. Goodbye.
See ya.
See ya.